Hi there. So my name is Danielle. I chose Blue Jade because that's always had a meaning for me. And basically all I'm doing is I'm not very like fluent, I guess, in the tarot cards and what they represent in and of themselves. But I do look at the imagery on the cards and I try to use my intuition to not guess, but to feel what they are trying to tell me through those cards. I am currently studying up on the meanings of the cards, so there are some that I do know, but not all of them. And so today's reading actually is just a generalized reading. It's not for anyone in particular or for everybody, whoever decides to actually involve themselves. As you can tell, every time I get busy, my dog thinks it is time for him to come and make plans with me. So if you hear clickety-clacketing, that's just my Doberman. So I did do that, but I do want to sage first. I like to sage my area before I go and use it so that, so that it's nice and fresh and clean energy-wise when I go to start asking my questions, and it doesn't have stale energy from previous reads. Or mainly what I worry about actually in my house is just the stale energy, because I don't have a privatized area for my readings and my personal work. And so just the energy that is in my living room, which is where I happen to be right now, I like to cleanse that out when I go to do a reading so that it's not affecting any answers that I may be getting. This is just sage, not a particular kind of sage. I like to go to my spiritual living or alternative living shop, which also includes meditations and all of that. My holistic shop is what I actually call it. But then I had somebody else call it something else. So, all right. So let's go ahead and get this started. And as you can tell, I'm not all that limber today. Woke up not terribly long ago, but I just kept feeling pushed to actually make a reading for you guys to see. All right. And as you can tell, white is not generally a great color. So I like to just do it all over my gems, my awesome decks of tarot and oracle cards. I do have 4 tarot decks. I have 6 oracle decks. So if you guys see me changing from deck to deck, that will be why. Alright. Just gonna meditate for a minute. If you don't want to be a part of this part, just go ahead and fast forward. But meditation just helps clear my personal energy so that I can then feel in touch and read the energies that I'm supposed to be reading. So okay. So today I'm going to actually start out with Tarot of Dreams. It's one of my personal favorites. I've really connected with this one on a different level than most of the other ones that I have, though I do have a very good connection with all of my decks. they all just came to me for different reasons. And this one, I really wanted a good deck to learn on, to just feel like I can be in touch with, and this deck really came to me. So, Tarot of Dreams is one of my personal favorites. I will put a link down below in case if you guys want to know the different tarot decks that I do use. Okay, the collective energy. What is the overall energy that we are looking at today? And I'm still working with the best kind of spreads that work with me. I found a few that I really love and are simple and good to do on the fly. For further in-depth ones, I'm still just trying my hand at different tarot spreads to see basically what kind of calls to me or has a different energy about it that I really connect with. And it took me a long time, guys, for me to really understand and realize like what it meant for my energy to be connecting with things. For me, it actually comes as a warm, fuzzy place in my chest. Unless I'm doing the hand pick, in which case my hand will get really hot. And anybody who knows me actually knows that I'm a pretty cool girl. I'm always cold. I always have sweater on. I always have long sleeves. I'm double layered, you know, a pretty cold girl. And my hand will just get obscenely hot. Okay. Go with that one and the King of Cups. Okay. So the Three of Swords and the King of Cups, guys. So with the Three of Swords, I don't know exactly what it is, but I do know that with this one, I mean, she's crying. It's not a great energy. It's not the overall energy that I would want for you guys. It's more of a almost trapped energy. But trapped where you almost second guess if you're trapped. And I say that because if you look right here, she's still got on a beautiful crown and necklace and still got on her jewelry, got on a beautiful dress with some fur on it. Like, she obviously was made to try to feel where she's not trapped, but her sadness and the swords right here in her way just makes me feel like she's trapped somewhere. So maybe you're feeling trapped. I don't know. And with this King of Cups, I mean, it's a king. It's going to be top of the house. Looks like I mean, the funny part is this cup is empty. It's sitting on top of water, but it's empty. It's not full. It doesn't have anything in it. But he's still admiring it with such wanting that I wonder if this cup isn't a means to an end for you, so to speak. I wonder if basically you feel like this is just the one thing you need to be able to make it. And maybe it is. Maybe it is. I mean, we'll see. All right, back on to the other two. Ooh, the Empress upside down. And the Ace of Cups upside down. Okay, so the one thing I have loved learning about the tarot is actually my sister introduced me to it, and it's called The Journey of the Fool. And that's the major arcana of the tarot deck. And basically this fool goes on a journey throughout his life, right, in this major arcana. And the Empress is considered the mother. the nurturing, the compassion, the emotional side of it. But with it being upside down, I wonder if you're not getting that, if you're not getting that nurturing, supportive side, if you're being left out in the cold, so to speak. I mean, the one thing about the mother is she loves her child. You can tell that. I mean, just by how she's up by the face with the baby and the warmth and everything. But she's not looking at the child. She's looking dead ahead. So she's still focused on her goals. So maybe somebody is just not seeing that you need that extra help and is still focused on their goals, so to speak. Cerberus, please don't, baby. And with the Ace of Cups, it feels like it's always out of reach. That's what I'm getting from this. I mean, if you look here, there is so much space behind there with nothing. It feels like it just keeps moving just a little bit further out of reach. Every time you think you've got it, it's just a little bit further out of reach. Okay, well, I actually kind of want to know more about these. So I'm going to pick up one of my Oracle decks. It's one of my favorite ones lately. It's called Dark Goddess. Cerberus, hi baby. Alright, let's clarify the Three of Swords first. Let's clarify the Three of Swords. You know what? I actually feel like that needed to be read. Help, huh? So maybe somebody needs help with their health. Maybe their health is failing and people are being blind to this. Okay. Let's clarify the King of Cups. Respite. So you need some rest, huh? So the one thing I love about these cards is if you look at them, like, they have beautiful imagery. But I love that they have at the bottom just a simple message to give, which is why I chose this deck to emphasize on this. I love that they also have a goddess mixed with it so that you get her energy and understand the full extent of those energies. We're gonna move these up, okay? Maybe you can see these ones better a little bit. Okay. Now we're gonna clarify the Empress. And because this is my first video, I am gonna tell you that everything might be a little bit off. Cerberus, I know you want to help Mama, but you can't help in this time. My animals like to be really involved when I start sitting over here to do any type of energy work. He thinks it's just not needed. I need to spend time with him. All right, let's clarify the Empress. So you feel like you're on the defense, huh? You feel like you're constantly having to defend against somebody with the Empress. Wonder if that is a mother figure in your life. I wonder if that's what you feel like you're defending against. Okay. Let's clarify the Ace of Cups. Judgment, huh? So maybe you're always feeling judged and like you're not doing enough. And I can tell you that is a horrible feeling, guys. That is not a feeling I would want to wish on anybody. Do you feel that? Just the weight of those judgments on her shoulders. I love that she's got a heart and a feather in her hand to judge each person. Alright. That's interesting. Okay. So we go from health. So maybe you're having issues with health. You feel like you're just stuck with your health. Stuck in a spot that you can't seem to get help with or escape from. You feel like you need a respite in the King of Cups. You feel like you're just not quite getting what you need here. You're getting the tool, but you're not getting what you actually need to fix it. And you're feeling on the defense with the Empress, which makes me really wonder if that isn't a family member. Like, if you look at this defense one, she's right up in that energy. She is trying to be the center of that energy, blocking out everything else behind her. And you just keep feeling judgment. You just keep feeling like you're getting judged and not helped. You feel like no matter what, you keep trying to put your heart out there and do what's best and have that pure heart. And you keep getting judged wrong. That feather is not what it should be. You know what? Let's pull from one more deck. Let's go ahead and pull from one more deck. Let's do Moonology. I love my Moonology one. Let's pull from Moonology real quick. Anything else you guys want to tell us? Anything else that our higher collective wants to tell us? Let's start with the health. The Three of Swords. What do you want to tell us on that one? Your commitment is being tested. The first quarter of the moon, huh? Okay. Okay, so you're being tested. That is definitely a test. Okay. What about the respite, the King of Cups? What do you got to tell us about that? What? Cerberus, please don't, baby. What do you got to tell us on the respite, the King of Cups? Ooh. Look at the bigger picture. Okay, so maybe you're so focused. I love you, baby. Please don't. Thanks. So maybe you're so focused on this empty cup that you're missing, that you're standing outside this beautiful body of water that's probably fresh water. If it's saying, look at the bigger picture. Cerberus, you have got to let me have some space, baby. If it's saying that it could be of use, I'm assuming it's probably fresh water, or hell, even salty water. You can get the salt out of there. You can boil it down and, oh my goodness. Okay, so look at the bigger picture. Full moon in Sagittarius. And the one thing that I love about this is it still shows your aim. It actually has an arrow on here in the moon to show that you're still going for your dreams. You just have to look at the bigger picture to do it. Okay. What do you have to tell us on the Empress defense? What else do you guys have to share with us on the Empress and defense stuffs? Whoop. Sometimes my hands want to work in the morning and sometimes they don't, so. Alright, Empress and defense, huh? Empress and Defense. What do you guys have to tell us? You know, this one seems to be a little harder to read for. I wonder if they're doing it in secrecy, if there's lies or secrets that you're supposed to come and either let them go because of, or look past and make what you can out of a shitty situation. See, on this one I had to pick for that one too. Alright, if you're not gonna fly out, let's see what you have to say. Conclusions are within reach, huh? So they're within reach. I wonder if... See, but the one thing about this card is, do you see those trees that are in the way? There's still an obstacle in the way before you reach your goal. But it's within your reach. It's there. And maybe it takes looking at the bigger picture to see it, but there is a solution there for this situation. Whatever this situation might be. It might be a boss, it might be a mother, it might be a sister, it might be a best friend, it might be... But I feel like it is definitely feminine energy and more mother-like energy. I feel like whatever that may come out as for you, that there's something not okay with this energy. They're hiding something, or they're not fully truthful with you about something. But by looking at the bigger picture, I feel like you are within reach of fixing this conflict, finding a solution and an end to it. All right, let's get a card for Ace of Cups and the Judgment. See, they just jumped out for these other ones. Ooh, so these ones I actually don't read upside down, I'm sorry. So this one's saying that you need to balance your spirituality and practicality. So instead of just feeling judged on whatever you might be doing, you need to actually find a balance of both sides of yourself. By doing that, it'll be much easier to ignore the judgments of others, to not keep judging yourself. You need to have a balance for yourself, whatever that may look like, for you not to have the judgments anymore, for you not to worry about the judgments anymore. Because in this world, there's always going to be judgments. There's never going to be a time when there is not judgments. But by finding balance, spirituality, and practicality, I feel like that you actually are able to ignore the judgments. You're able to realize what is being judged because of an insecurity of somebody, or jealousy, or whatever it may be. You're able to ignore them better because you come from a place of balance where you're not having to question their motives. You know that they're broken in their own way, and you can move beyond that. It might hurt you for a little while, whatever they did, but just know that in the bigger picture, your commitment was being tested. And by testing that, you're going to get such a great return if you find this balance. Okay. One more deck. And this one happens to be a deck that I love to finish with, so you guys might see it quite a bit. It is Eternal Crystals Oracle deck. I like this one because it's a lot like my moon deck. It actually has a message on the card. So we're going to just go ahead and pull a message for each card. So 3 of Swords. Let's see what they have to say about the 3 of Swords, huh? What do they have to say about the 3 of Swords? Ooh, communication. So something's out of balance with your throat chakra. You need to be able to communicate better. Um, for meditations, they suggest blue lace agate, which I have actually right here. And I absolutely love it on my altar. It makes for a beautiful energy to help cleanse. But communication is key, guys. A lot of times and maybe that's why she looks like she's not really a prisoner, is because maybe she's not. Maybe she's a prisoner of her own design because of her own communication skills. Maybe she's not communicating enough to make this barrier go away. Does that make sense? I wonder. Okay, let's move on to the King of Cups. Let's see what they say about the King of Cups. See what they say about the King of Cups, huh? Ooh. Teach, huh? So maybe teaching other people will actually help you look at the bigger picture. That's an interesting one. Okay. So this one's for the heart chakra. This is peridot. Not entirely sure I have a peridot. From what I'm looking at, I do not. But, I mean, who can have every gem, right? That is such a beautiful, wholesome color, that green. Oh. Okay, so it's telling you that you need to be able to teach, that you need to be able to express yourself and share with other people your lessons, your things that you've been through to help them progress. And that'll help you look at the bigger picture. That'll help you be able to not focus on what your main problem is right there and see the bigger picture, so that maybe you can actually come to a conclusion and find a solution in that. And in doing so, then you'll find the balance in your spirituality and practicality. Okay, let's see if this one's going to be hard to pick too for the Empress. Okay, give us one card for the Empress. Usually they're flying out at me, guys. This Empress card has some heavy energy. It is not easy to deal with. I mean, from just the card's perspective, these have come out really easily. But these seem to have a heavy energy that you're dealing with. Okay. Moon cycles, huh? Crown chakra. The moonstone. Okay. So maybe everything has a cycle. And this is just going through its cycle right now, guys. I mean, don't get me wrong, okay? So with this moonstone, do you see all those lines through it? Do you see all those different colors through it? There's depth in there. There's a bigger picture to look at than just this problem. Does that make sense? Than just this one energy that is not being supportive. Ignore this energy. It might be a big energy. It might be a mother. It might be a grandmother. It might be a friend, co-worker, boss, mentor, sister, cousin, aunt, whatever it may be. it could be somebody so close to you. But the one thing that I've learned through my different studies, and I have to shout out to Sarah Petty about this because she is freaking amazing with teaching. Um, put your family and your one group in your front pocket, and put your actual support group, the people who are going to help you, your mentors, your coworkers, the people who are inspirational to you, put those in your back pocket. Because where do we reach the most but our back pocket to grab things, right? So don't put them in the front pocket. The front pocket is for the people who are naysayers and don't believe in you and want to just, I mean, they have your best interest at heart generally, you know what I mean? And so then they tell you basically don't go after that because it's too risky or whatever it may be, you know what I mean? Put them in your front pocket so that you can kind of ignore them because you don't reach in your front pocket as much as your back pocket. And in your back pocket, put your support group, put your mentors, your clients, your coworkers, your anybody that is a positive influence on you that can help you progress mentally, emotionally, and physically. Put them in your back pocket. And basically, as much as we love our family and our support group in our front pocket, they think that they know what's best for us, and so they're gonna tell us what to do based on that. And we don't want that. We want to push our limits and know what we're capable of. So we're gonna reach into our back pocket and go with people who keep trying to push us to do our best, our greatest, our furthest achievement, you know, whatever it may be. Um, just remember that, okay? So everything has a cycle. And maybe even this energy might come around and see that you're good, that what you're doing is what you need to be doing. And maybe they won't. But everything has cycles. Just last through the cycle, and the next cycle will be better. Remember, it's a test. And by looking at the bigger picture, you're going to end up with conclusions within your reach. And by that, you will find the balance and spirituality and practicality that you're looking for. Okay, one more card for Ace of Cups. Let's see if you have anything to say on Ace of Cups, huh? Compassion. Okay. That wasn't something I was expecting. So it's saying that basically there needs to be more compassion for you to reach this balance in spirituality and practicality. Whatever that compassion may be for, whether it's yourself, whether it's this energy, whether it's whatever it may be, there needs to be more compassion. And the thing is this actually then turns into a loop because by having more compassion and reaching that balance in your spirituality and practicality, you're going to go through another test. But it's going to be another test that it's not going to be on the same energy. It's going to progress you down another road. And basically, by looking at the bigger picture all the time, you don't get hung up on such small details. You don't get hung up on what it needs to be or should be, or you start seeing the conclusions that are within your reach, you know, even if they weren't your ideal ones or the ones that you thought of first or any of that. And by doing that and having those cycles in your life, again, another cycle, okay, you find more compassion. You're able to see things from a different point of view again and find more balance for your spirituality and practicality. Wow, guys, this is an intense reading. Okay, I'm debating whether to pull out one more deck. No, we're gonna be good today, okay? We're gonna just do this. We're gonna do the 9 cards. Um, if you guys have any questions, I can go into an extended. Just message me below. Let me know. And that's your reading for today. Namaste, and thank you so much for joining me. Have a beautiful, blessed day.